Yes, and good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing? Let's talk Tottenham. I'll wait for you all to get in. We're going to have a little chinwag about Spurs. How is everyone doing? Hope you're well. Good morning. It is nice and early, bright and early this morning. We'll have a few hours chatting all things Spurs. As I said, let's get to 20 likes and I'll drop the link into the chat. And I'll invite you guys on and we can all have a little bit of a chat. I can't remember how many I can get in. I want to say it's about 6. So obviously, if more and more people want to come on, we'll have to rotate. But let's get the likes up early on and we can have a chat. We've got a match today. Spurs play Fulham at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Now, can Spurs have really, when I say bounce back, we've got to bounce back against the Roma result. I thought we were obviously in the league, we beat Manchester City. But in the league, if we're talking league, we've got to keep up the form, right? Keep up the form. Big up in the chat. Bella's in the chat. Big up. Sheriff, my guy. Ain't you been sacked yet? I saw like 256 messages in the bingo chat. When I got up. Yeah, no, I'm still alive. I'm still manager. We'll do a stream tonight. I'm gonna do a stream tonight later on. Why not do an evening stream and we'll have or we can just have an evening with some football manager, a couple of hours on that. That'll be a good laugh. So look, Spurs have got today to get a good result today. We've got a big Christmas period. So the Christmas period now, we've got 9 games over December. 9 games in 31 days, whatever it is. So that is all but one every 3 days. So we play today. We now then play on Thursday. We then play on Sunday. So it is very constant. It's very it's a lot of football, right? There's a lot of football going on. So we've got to I think we've got to bounce back. Bella says she's not confident today. I think we get a result today. Look, Fulham are a good side, but I think we should be beating Fulham, right? All I hear is how great we are. I'm going to take this off because the outline doesn't seem to marry up quite well. Let me just remove the virtual background. That's better. We'll go back to the normal background. Look, do I think we can win? Yeah. Look, we're not a bad side. It's the key word, isn't it? It's always the key C word, consistency. Spurs are the most inconsistent football team ever. We'll go and beat Man City. We lost to Ipswich. Will it shock me if we lose today? No. Will it shock me if we don't win? If we win today? Of course not. I think we are very, as I said, we're just an inconsistent football side. Just an inconsistent footballing side. And that just sums us up, right, doesn't it? That just sums everything about us as a football club. We are just inconsistent. And every time I predict we win, we lose. So just predict we lose, right? Better. That's the way it works, right? Do it the other way. Predict we lose and then we win, right? That's the best way to do it. Yeah, look, I think can we win? As I always say, can we? Of course we can. We're not a bad football inside. We just don't consistently have a run of results. As I said in my video a few days back, when I said about I just want to go and see us get on a nice run of games where we win 2 or 3, 4 or 5, 5 and 6, right? And that way you just start building momentum. For me, momentum's so important. Like Mustafa, you're bang on. Jekyll and Hyde. We are a Jekyll and Hyde football team. We are. We win some, we lose some. As I always like the saying now, the Gattuso saying, sometimes they'll be good, sometimes they'll be shitter. Like, that's what we are, right? So one day you go, wow, we look brilliant. And then the next day you go, God, we look awful. And do you know what? The first 15 minutes is going to be so telling, right? The first 10 minutes is going to be so telling. But Sheriff, man, bang on the money. Today, you could see us winning 4-0 and go, what a performance. But you're right. You could also see us losing 2-1 and going another day where Spurs have just completely thrown an opportunity away, right? And that for me, you are bang on the money, my friend. Bang on that money. One day you go, wow, we're great. The next minute you go, wow, we're shit. And I think that is the real key one for me. Big up Finn Ripwood, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing, brother. As I said, guys, 20 likes. If we get to 20 likes, I'll pop the link in, and then anyone can jump in this morning, and we'll have a little chinwag. We're at 8, so 12 away. And then I'll, as I said, you get that 6 on the basic version of StreamYard. That's why it's up there. I don't use it, but I use it for debates. It's handy for debates. It's not really Streamlabs that I use for the FM streams is better for that stuff. So, big up Mustafa, my friend, by the way. Yeah, look, who's available? Who's not available? I already said. No. This isn't a tube map. A friend of mine, when I moved down here to Spain, bought me this. This is like where I live. I'm not going to put it out there and dox the area where I live, but where I used to live in the UK. This is a pub stop, so it looks like a tube map, but it has all the pubs in my area. So it's got all of the bars and clubs and stuff in the whole area. So it was a little bit of a present. So yeah, it's not a tube map. It's not a tube map, but it's meant to look like it. I am going to be redesigning this little corner section, by the way. I'm going to put all of my, I'm thinking to stack all my Tottenham pictures and not have all my personal ones up here. But big up Tony Rodriguez. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well over in Sweden. Is it cold over there, my friend? Is it cold? It's not too bad here today. It's quite nice. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, guys, in the chat, as always, smash the likes. Come on, let's get those up. 20 likes. I'll put the link in. Get you guys on. Whoever wants to come on is more than welcome on. Look, can Spurs win today? As I said, we had that conversation. We just had that conversation. Can we win? Yeah. Can we lose? Yeah. With that team. Depends. It just depends what Spurs turn up. For me, all I want to see is consistency. All I want to see is us going, do you know what? This is our day. Let's get the result. Tony's gone straight in with a prediction of 2-2. Look, that wouldn't shock me. I'll be honest, any result that comes now doesn't shock me with Tottenham. I don't sit there and go, I can't believe we've lost today now. Has your Espanyol team played this week? Yes, played last night. Won 3-1 against Celta Vigo. Great performance, by the way. Really good performance. Dug in deep and hanging in there at the moment. 18th in the league. In the relegation zone, so need to get back out of there. But yeah, get out of that relegation zone. But yeah, good result for Espanyol last night, winning 3-1 against Celta Vigo. Yeah, so big up them lot. Crack on, man. How many likes have we got? We've only got 9 likes. Come on, there's 15 in the chat, man. 20 likes. 20 likes and we do it. 20 likes and we get the chat in. Joshua saying we need a win. We do. I think I think every game at the moment for Tottenham is critical and crucial. If we don't go and win today, where does Spurs kind of fall into place if we don't win today? I think that's so important. If we don't win it, you go, well, it just sort of sums Tottenham up. It kind of makes the Man City performance pointless. And this is what I think people misinterpret it. When I say this stuff, everyone goes, oh, you're so negative. No, I'm not. I'm real. Because if Spurs don't beat Fulham, it almost makes beating Man City the Etihad pointless and irrelevant. Because if you don't win today, I always say this, you're only as good as your last game. And yeah, we were great against Man City. Best performance under this manager. But if we lose today, it just sums us up, doesn't it, in one go? -1 and sunny. Today, I haven't got my phone on me. Where is my phone? Oh, here it is. Today in Barcelona, it is 14 degrees, and I won't show it because I've got my washing out on the line. It's quite bright outside. It's quite nice. It's lovely outside. Crisp is the term. Big up to you, brother. I'm just tired of the inconsistency, mate. Aren't we all? Aren't we just bored of the inconsistent Tottenham Hotspur, man? The inconsistent Tottenham Hotspur. Isn't that just the biggest pain of it all? Isn't that the pain? Big up, Angus. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. Great result for your boys yesterday, weren't it? Let's be fair. Arsenal absolutely battered West Ham yesterday, and that game was done at half time, and that kind of just summed it. That game summed everything up about Arsenal. They were brilliant. I hate saying it, but they were brilliant, man. And that's the key bit. Big up, yeah. Hey, Angus, big up. The winning mentality starts at the top, and ambitious chairman would help. Yeah, look. For me, I'm one of those, and I'll always be consistent with all of this, right? I'll always be consistent. Daniel Levy isn't in the business about being the best, the legacy. It's all about financially making us stable. Which, by the way, I'm not going to sit here and criticize that specifically, because there are parts of me go, okay, fair, I understand that. However, for me, it's not all just on the chairman. And people go, whoa, Perchy, what you said. For me, we could get rid of Daniel Levy and bring someone else in, but they have built the infrastructure and they have built the industry to work like this for us. So we could get rid of Levy and get someone else in, and it'll be exactly the same, because we've now built the whole building of our football club is about sustainability and creating this sort of system and setup, whatever the buzzword you want to use. We need a psychological and a philosophy change at the football club. We need someone to walk into the club and go, do you know what we need right now? Do you know what we need? Someone to walk in and go, do you know what? We're changing all of this. We're going to get Hotspur Way coated with all of our trophies that we have won this season, because the idea is the next one's going to be put on there. I use Arsenal as an example, right? And because they're slowly changing their mentality at their club. And I hate saying it, because they were very much like Tottenham, potentially still are. Even at the moment, they're not winning stuff under this manager. Slowly, they're maybe getting there. We don't know. We will only find out. This year is going to be really interesting about Arteta. But even at the Emirates, what do they have at the Emirates? The trophies that they win are scattered across the stadium. For me, we don't even have that philosophy. We don't even have our name in the stadium, our badge within the stadium. Does that not talk about what our goals and aspirations are at the football club? Look, I don't want to sit there and praise Arsenal. I can't stand Arsenal as a football club, because they're my rivals, right? They're the rivals. But we have to be very consistent with it all, right? Consistency has to breed from it. I think that's an important part of it. Back to our best. Looking forward to beating Man United. I think you'll beat Man United on Wednesday. Definitely for me. I think they're. You thought Man United were going to turn the corner, and they really haven't, have they? They just haven't turned that corner yet. Gabriel from corners, he's the best in the league. He's unstoppable. Yeah, good defender. Look, one thing I'll always give credit to Arsenal for is set pieces. That is their expertise. That's where you have to. That's where they win it, right? That's how they win it. Guys in the chat, 8 more likes, and we'll get to. If we get to 20 likes, as I said, I'll put the link in. That'll be great. And then we can have a little chinwag, and I'll get you to ask me questions though. You make sure you come on with questions. Yeah, let's talk. Let's have a little talk. Who's available for Tottenham, by the way? I haven't even checked it. That's poor hosting from me, by the way. Who is Romero back yet? Right, let's have a look. FootMob's always been my saviour, and it tells me what I need to do. It always tells me who's available, who's not available. Got the early kickoff. We kick off at 1:30 UK time, 2:30 my time. So I might get some food and have some lunch. What was it? So The lineup is the unavailability of players at the moment telling me by Footmob, and I'll trust on Footmob. No Mikey Moore, no Vicario, no Romero, no Van de Ven, no Bentancur, Odegaard or Richarlison. And then obviously Fulham have not got Carlos Vinicius, Joachim Anderson, Jorge Cuenca, and Harrison Reed. So both teams, in fairness, haven't got their best centre halves. In fairness, both teams haven't got their best centre halves. So the lineup is predicted, and it is just that predicted, that Fraser Forster will start in goal with Porro, Dragusin, Davis, Udogie, Sarr, Basuba, Maddison, Kulusevski, Solanke, and Son. And then the predicted lineup for Fulham will be Bernd Leno, Kenny Tete, Issa Diop, Calvin Bassey, Anthony Robinson, Sander Berg, Sasha Lukic, Adama Traore, Andreas Pereira, Alex Iwobi, and Raul Jimenez. Now, let's be honest, we should be winning that with our team. Whatever we think about our players, we've got a better team than that. No disrespect to Fulham. Should be. Should be is the word. Will we is a different question, right? It's a different question. White Hart, big I don't want to butcher your name, my friend. Prasnath, is that it? If I've got it wrong. White Hart Lane was iconic. Move to the Hotspur Stadium. The soulless move. Just a business. Look, they had the opportunity to turn the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium into a real fortress. They said all the right things, but all the right things never really materialised. It ended up being much more expensive to go to the football club, much more expensive. It became all about corporate decisions than going, do you know what? The reason we're going to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is because of X, Y, and Z. Instead, they told us all that, and then instead they went and put a premium lounge in the middle of the South Stand, which was meant to be more of a basis for the fans to have their own section, by having it as a bit like the cop end. And that for me was like, when they did that, I went, you guys aren't serious. You guys aren't serious. Share it, mate. This. How could they have, when they tried to tell us all why they did it, they went and done that. And that for me said absolutely everything. And that makes me just go, do you know what? These guys aren't serious. These guys are trying to monetize. These lot are just trying to monetize fan forum. And it stunk to me. The second they did that, I went, nah, not bothered. This isn't what they're here for, man. Angus saying they should start Emil Smith and Reece Nelson. That's a good point, actually, why they're not available. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good shout. If those two might play, very good players. 6 more likes. Come on, let's do that. Quickly hit that like button, guys. Just 4 more now, just 4. And then I'll whip the link in and we can have a chat. Make sure when you do come on, though, you've got something to say. Otherwise, it just becomes me asking the same questions that I've just spoken about now. Ask what I want this to be like a bit of a Q&A. You come to me, go, look, Perchy, this is what's happened. Give me your opinion. And I'll tell you. I think that'll be quite cool. Big up Simply Ace. Welcome along, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Big up to you, my friend. Yeah, just 3 now. 3 likes. Come on. And I think that's the key bit, right? I think that is the key bit. We've got an opportunity today to get the result. Most importantly, get that result early on and start strong, right? We're at home. I expect us to start strong. Start strong. We start strong. You get an early goal and set the tempo immediately. Set that tempo immediately, and you go, do you know what? Like what we're doing now. I like what we're doing. That's how I want to see it go. Just 2 likes, man. Josh is saying, who would you bring in January and what positions? Also, school predictions. We'll do school predictions later. Won't do it now. I'll tell you what I think the result will be later on. But I'll tell you what I think we need. I think we need a centre half. I think we should be going in to get in a centre half that slots in straight away. The goalkeeping situation, for me, no point now. Too far gone from that to go and bring in another goalkeeper. But in the summer, that's got to be fixed. Our homegrown situation's got to be fixed. And for me, I just think we need a proper defensive midfielder. We need a defensive midfielder that you go slots into us and you go in there, you do the dirty work. Go and do the Victor Wanyama role, as I always call it, the Victor Wanyama role, because he was so influential in that Pochettino system where he let the likes of Dembele dictate midfield. He let Eriksen further forward do his thing because he just went, you know, you boys do your thing further forward. I'll break up play. I'll get it to Musa and just control the game from there. That's where I think it was. I've seen links with Bino Gittins. He scored the other day, didn't he? He scored yesterday against Bayern Munich, if I'm right in saying. Yeah, I'm not against that, but he's another wide player. For me, how many more wide players does this manager need to get it right? He has signed so many wide players. It's unbelievable. He brought in Johnson. He's brought in Kulu. He brought in Solomon. That hasn't worked. He brought in Think Perchy. Odeber. Sorry, that's Odeber as well we brought in. So for me, this manager needs to fix up what he wants out wide. Get it right. Once he's got that bit right, you go, okay, cool. But we're just buying wingers after wingers after wingers. And for me, that's just silly now. 2 likes. Can I get 2 more likes and I'll drop the link? Link gets dropped. I've got it ready to go. So the link will get dropped. My rule will always be have something to talk about and have your camera on. I'm not letting anyone on without their camera. I know what's happened to some YouTubers that have decided to do that. And then all of a sudden, someone does something absolutely ridiculous and stupid. So camera on and give me something to talk about. I want you guys to discuss with me. As I said, I'll get a few people on. We can do one at a time, or we can do maybe a little bit of a panel. We'll have a, but we'll start it off one at a time and build it up. Big up Ryan, welcome. Thank you very much, man. Much love. Yeah, look, we're good. We're back again, man. New setup. We're standing, we're talking, we're moving about. I prefer the moving about. It keeps me active whilst I'm not just sitting at a chair. Josh, signed him in the Football Manager save, didn't I? FM save us. I signed Carl Walker-Peters. So, yeah. Do you know what? I wouldn't even be massively against it if it was a short-term 2 or 3 year deal. Short-term deal to, like, lean us over. For me, yeah, he's not the greatest, but if he was squad depth at right back and left back, I'm not massively against it. But for me, the problem is you've got to also buy better. I don't mind bringing, if you brought Carl Walker-Peters back in, if you got him for 15 mil, but you also need to go and bring in a centre-half that falls straight into the team. Just 1 like away, by the way. If you haven't hit that like button, smash the like button and we'll start the show, man. Mate, this... I couldn't sign him on FM Sergio Roberto in order because obviously I've got the new save that the new database for the current season. So I couldn't just sign him. I wanted to. But yeah, I would have right now I would have had Sergio Roberto on a free transfer any day of the week. Kate saying, Perchy, there's a lot of talk about Harry Winks coming back. Do you know what? It wouldn't shock me. I'll be honest, it wouldn't shock me if we signed Harry Winks at all. It would just sum up how messed up this football club is. There we go. We've got 20 likes. Let's do it. Go on. If you come on, there's a link. There's a link. If you want to come on, question, camera. I'm not letting anyone else on with it. If you've not got a camera, you're not coming on. Rules. Would you buy Gertruda? Been appalling recently for Leipzig? Yeah, Leipzig have fallen off a cliff, man. RB Leipzig have completely fallen off a cliff. Mate, you don't worry, man. Keep yourself, if you're in the chat, stay live in the chat, man. It's all well and good, man. Yeah, Gertruda, I don't know. I haven't seen enough of me. When he was at final, I went, it looks a nice player, but I haven't seen enough in this season for me to go, yeah, definitely. For me, we need to just be buying better. Is he better than what we've got? That's the question, right? Is he better than what we've got? Angus, we could talk about anything. I would prefer to try and keep it more Spurs directive. It's a Spurs channel at the moment. In that sense of it, it's a Spurs show. But I'll talk anything about football, man. Anyone's invited. I don't care who you are. As I said, only if you've got your camera on and you've as long as you've got your camera on and you've got something to talk about. But yeah, look, I don't mind. Angus. We can have a chinwag about anything, man. I really don't mind. Yeah, Josh, don't worry, man. I just think that's the key bit for me. I think that's a seriously key bit. Have we got what it takes to really progress? I haven't asked today, but I'm going to be shameless and yeah, the Agnes, mate, lovely. We are at the moment, I'll hide the rest of it. We've just come back and we're at 2,455. I'm going to ask nicely, can we get 5 subscribers to get to 2,460 today? That would be amazing, man. Is there any people knocking about who think Saka is good? No more, no less, just solid player. Mate, I think Saka is a very good player. I'll say this now. Saka is a very good player. Where on his day, I think he's the best player on the pitch. But I've seen a lot of Saka where I go, maybe he's all right. He's not consistent. I think we always talk about how great players are. Amazing. Saka's a good player that for me needs to do this more. What he does is a lot like that. Sometimes good, sometimes shit. So I say shit's harsh, actually. I think Saka's good. Saka will become a very good player once he builds that consistency in. I think what we always see with Saka is when he has a game like that, you go, wow, why is everyone slandering him? But we also see games where he doesn't show up in. Just consistency. Big up Angus, and he's probably going to absolutely hate what I've just said. Is that a thumbs up to come on? 2 seconds. Okay, I'll give you 2 seconds, man. I'll give you 2 seconds. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready, man. Big up, Joe. Do you think the Premier League has been a better seat this season or worse? Is it more competitive? Is it just the big sit constantly and weaker? For me, I think it's all the Premier League has always got this thing about what it is. What is the Premier League? I don't know. Has it been better? I don't know. I mean, the fact that Man City maybe have tailed off, maybe. Let's see. But yeah, look, I think the Premier League's overrated anyway. You know, my thoughts have always been that I think the Premier League is really overrated, just marketed really well. Go on, Angus, you ready? Is that a yes? Is that a yes? He's on. Let's get him on. Big up, Angus, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I put my headphones in to hear you, actually. Let's talk.
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, man. Welcome to the show, man. Talk to me.
Thank you for having me.
Mate, you're always welcome. You know that.
How's sunny Barcelona?
We're nice. It's quite chilly, but it's a nice sort of chilly. It's like
Same here as well. It's quite
nice.
nippy, but it's nice.
It's a nice sunny. Sun's out, clouds are not there. Make sure that's right. Oh no, it's actually quite cloudy today. Normally it's quite clear skies, but today's a little bit cloudy. But yeah, no. Let's chat football. What do you want to talk about? Let's go.
Your game today. You confident?
I was confident against Roma, and then look what happened there. I'll answer it as a politician would say. Look, should we be beaten? Should we be
Yeah.
beating Fulham? Yeah. What the squad that we've got available, this should be available. Should we be beating Fulham? Yes. Will we beat Fulham? Look, I've seen Tottenham beat Man City away at the Etihad, and I've also seen Tottenham lose at Ipswich at home. So Fulham falls massively in the middle of that. Do I see Spurs winning today? Yeah, I can see Spurs winning today. I think Sheriff put a great point into the chat. Sheriff put a great point in the chat. I could see Tottenham winning 4-0, but I could also see seeing Tottenham losing 2-1. That for me is where we are. That's what we are as a football club right now.
Dr. Tottenham back into full effect, does it?
Yeah, you say Dr. Tottenham. I think Fulham. Let's not knock it from Fulham.
Yeah,
Fulham
Fulham
are
are
a
a
good
good team.
Fulham
They
are a
got some
good
really good
side. They're a
players.
very well organised team. They are where they're meant to be, right? Fulham are where they're meant to be. Should Fulham be beating us? No, I don't think. I think we've got a better squad than Fulham, better team than Fulham. Do we think? But have Fulham got problem players in their team? Yeah.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe, if he plays, dangerous player.
Reece Nelson.
Reece
Adama
Nelson's dangerous
Traore.
out one. Adama's one of those that can cause problems. I don't think he's got a great output. I don't think he's a very good football player.
Alex Iwobi.
He's pace. He's got Iwobi's a good player. I like the likes of Robinson and Tete, and their fullbacks are good. So they've got problems, right? They've got problems that can cause us, right? But yeah, look, I'll do predictions later. I will do predictions at the end of the show. But I think Spurs will win today. I'll put my score prediction at the end of the show. But I think Spurs will win today. I don't. I think we'll win. We will win, but it will be a dogged fight.
It depends how you start.
Yeah, mate, I agree. I think if we can start strong, then I'll go, yeah, we should do this. But for me, it's staying at that level. Big up Nigel, by the way. I hope you're doing well. And big up Jess. Hope you are well, my friend. Big up to you. Big up Jess, man. Does a lot of work for all different football communities. So she does a lot of good work. What else? So look, if Tottenham win today, let me have a look. If Tottenham do win today, Spurs will move above Chelsea, depending on Chelsea's result as well, because they play at the same time, but they play Aston Villa at the same time. So that could, if Spurs and Villa basically beat Chelsea, you're going to have a group of these teams all on 22 points. If Villa beat Chelsea, if Chelsea win, by the way, Chelsea could go above Arsenal today.
Bastards.
They could do.
Yeah.
And for me, and also Man City play Liverpool as well. So if Man City go and win today and beat Liverpool, which everyone says, oh, they're just going to get battered by Liverpool. Man City are one of the only exceptions to the rule. And I always say this. Man City have gone on a 5-game losing streak. But Man City are the sort of team, even though they've got to play Liverpool, Man United in this competition, could go on a 5-game winning streak. Doesn't matter who they play. They could win. They could batter Liverpool today, and we'd all go, "Well, hang on a minute, what's happened here? This wasn't meant to happen." But they're the only ones that, for me, that they can, at a click of a finger, can change their form and go and win the league. That's what they've done for years. They will have a bad run, click of a finger, go and win 10 games on a row, and then you go, "Well, hang on a minute, how have they done that?"
Do you think De Bruyne will start today for Man City?
Who?
De Bruyne.
Yeah, has to.
I think so. Yeah,
has to. He's linchpin, man. He's the one that creates it all. When he's
They've
around,
literally created nothing. They've created nothing this season.
Yeah, but look, what you've got to remember is, you're right. I get your point. Oh, by the way, simply, I agree. I think La Liga is much better, technically much better than the Premier League, massively. Yeah, look, do I think? Yeah, do I think De Bruyne has to start? Yes. Look, has he been great this season? No, not to his level.
He's been injured, so he's been injured
Yeah.
as well, so that's got a massive part, and the age thing as well. Like, he can't play as many games as he used to.
Let's talk Bags quickly for a second. Big up, first of all, actually going to have giving you a hot take. Come New Year, Arsenal will be top of the league. Well,
I
great
bloody
question.
hope so.
Good question, right? Look, it's a good point.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Arsenal are 6 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool have a
Yeah.
game in hand. It could be 9 points later on by the end of the day. No,
Yeah.
8 points. Sorry. No. Sorry, 9 points. So apologies.
Yeah.
I
9
work
points.
in I work in finance, and I don't know stuff. Muppet, honestly. But look, if I look at Liverpool's fixtures, Liverpool now up until Christmas, because that was the point, have to play. Liverpool have got to play Man City today, Newcastle on Wednesday, the Merseyside derby on Saturday. Then the following Tuesday, they're at Girona up the road from me on the 10th. I might go.
Tough game, that.
I might go to that. I'm going to see if I can get a ticket. I might go there. It's not too far from me. Girona, Liverpool. And then Liverpool play Fulham, Southampton, then Tottenham on the 22nd. And then they play Leicester, West Ham. Do I see Liverpool dropping 3 games in there? Not for 2 games, not for me. I think if they're going to drop points, they'll probably drop them against maybe Liverpool. May drop points against Man City, maybe Newcastle, Spurs potentially on away from home. I'd be amazed if we got a result against Liverpool at the moment. But yeah, Alisson is back as well, Josh. Exactly. Now Alisson's slowly coming back.
Konate's injured out for 6 weeks. That's the problem.
Who? Big up, Ben.
Konate, he's injured.
Yeah, Konate's out, but I think at the back they're not massively weak when they lose one of their big men. To be fair, when they lose one of Van Dijk and Konate, yeah, there's a drop off, but it's not a massive drop off. They'll probably let someone like a Joe Gomez slip in. Maybe.
I think they'll put Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa's also been playing in there as well. So Josh, I agree. They will be fine without Konate. For me, I think what they will do is the drop off will be there. But what they've done, Liverpool always one of the best at it. Liverpool are one of the best teams at bleeding in new players, bleeding in young players. That's how they grow. That's how they build, and that's what they're very, very good at. They've always been good at that, Liverpool, always. Look, Josh, I agree. I think Arsenal, by the way, this doesn't fall just. I think that's Arsenal, Tottenham. I think we fall in this bracket. We rely on one or 2 players all the time. I think there's a lot of clubs that do. And that for me is a difference maker, right? Difference maker.
Who's
Liverpool,
your 2?
Huh?
Who's your 2 players that you rely on the most?
Who do we rely on? I think we rely too much on Van der Ven. I think the way that we play, we rely massively on Van der Ven. We rely massively on Vicario, because without Vicario, we got Fraser Forster in goal. The drop off is like that.
But he was a decent keeper back in his day. He just got older.
Yeah, but the way that by the way, I thought Fraser Forster against Robo was brilliant. I'm not slagging off Fraser Forster, but my point is the reaction from our fan base when we lost Vicario, everyone was like, we need to buy a goalkeeper. We shouldn't be like that. We should be at a system where we go, okay, our number 2's coming in. Yeah, it may not be as good, but for me, we need more than that. We should have someone that comes straight in. Liverpool, great example, always the best example with this. They lost Alisson. There wasn't a meltdown. They went, okay, cool. Kelleher's in. They go, oh, it's going to be a big loss, but we're okay with Kelleher in goal. And I think that's the key bit for me. We have the drop off is like that. It's not like that, and that's how it should be. Good squads, not good 11s. Good squads rely on everyone having the drop off. We like using the term the drop off. It's massive, right? It's massive. Same at the back, right? Ben Davies, again, another one who I thought against Man City was arguably
he's going to retire at your club.
One of the best players. But when you're swapping the likes of Ben Davies with Van der Ven, that is a drop off, right? Because of the way that we play. We can't sit on the halfway line because You're then asking Ben Davies and Radu Dragusin to just run in behind. I just think at the moment that we have to find a good medium. I think in the summer and in January, Spurs need to start building a squad, not an 11. For me, the only way you do that is you buy better players. It's simple, right? It's simple economics. You buy better, and the best ones that you've got at the moment drop down. That's how the best have always done it. What they've not done is they've not gone and said, we've not gone and said, Josh, I agree, but let's be fair with it. Should Tottenham be buying better? Of course they should. So I agree with you. I'm not slandering Ben Davies. I think when he's come in, he does a job. But I don't want players coming in to do a job. I want the players that come in, you go, do you know what? Today, we're not going to start Van de Ven and Romero. We're going to start Dragusin and insert defender. I use it in the FM save. Kevin Danzo. That's when I signed as my fourth defender. Player that comes straight in and you go, do you know what? I'm not worried. Because what we don't do, and we've been liking it, and Arsenal have been very similar to it to a certain T as well. Arsenal's a good example as well, because they do it as well, is they build an 11 and we go, done. No. Arsenal have been like it as well. So this isn't a Tottenham thing. This is a thing that happens a lot at Arsenal as well. Arsenal, you look at Arsenal. I think if Arsenal had a better squad last season, they'd probably go and win the league. This season, right? If Arsenal have a better squad, where they've got, in the sense that somebody comes in for Odegaard when he's unavailable, I think Odegaard's been really good for you guys. But when Odegaard gets injured, you haven't got that player that goes slot straight in and you go, okay, he's a number 2, but he gets games. And you know what? It's not also about injuries. You go, do you know what? Odegaard's just played on Saturday and Wednesday in the Champions League. Now we're going to bring in insert player because we're playing, let's just say, Southampton, for example, or West Ham like yesterday. If you could, I'm using it. I know you won yesterday, but I'm using that as an example. You've had 2 rough games, a really tough game in the league. Then you've got a big game in Europe. The next game, you go, do you know what? We're gonna slot in you and we're gonna put Odegaard on the bench. So we're actively rotating 1 or 2 players here and there, and I think that is so important. That needs to be done. Guys in the chat, by the way, if you do want to come on, the link is here. I've got no one behind, so if you do want to come on, the link is there. We'll have another little chinwag. Make sure you got some questions. That'll be great. Let's just get to some comments. Fulham are going to have a field day. I don't think it'll be like that. I think we'll have our patches. Look, we're very easy to sort of shoot on ourselves, but I think, look, we're going to have chances where we're going to beat Fulham. But Fulham will have chances, and if you give chances to any team, they'll take them, right? It's not normal. You guys are chatting together. I'm not a fan of Ben Davies. Far too many. Not for me, simply. I don't think he made that many errors. For me, it's just a player that has been at this football club for far too long that we should be bleeding out and bringing in somebody else. We need competition. This is the problem at the moment, and as I always say, this isn't a Tottenham thing. This for me is a big thing across a lot of teams in the league. We all have our better players, but no one. How bad does Romero have to play at times for him to get dropped? Like he becomes undroppable when he's available. When he's not injured or suspended, he seems to play every game. I think he's been one of our worst defenders this season, and I'm talking everyone. And yet he will play every single week.
Massively overrated.
Like, is he overrated? Maybe.
Yeah.
I think he gets put onto a pedestal for me, and the fact that he that was not a word.
You sound Scottish then.
It was nearly a word.
Yeah.
Wan. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like
that's Scottish.
Or it sounds like a sort of a Korean left winger that we're probably going to sign, or it sort of plays up top.
Well, you've been linked already.
we've just signed from FC Tokyo that we just brought in at 100 grand, and he's scored 100 goals in 150 appearances in Japan. So, but anyway, yeah. For me, it's Romero seems to live at the moment off winning a World Cup. For me, let's be fair with it. Messi won that World Cup. Messi won that World Cup. Let's be fair with it.
That was Messi's World Cup to win.
Yeah.
That was Messi's.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Romero. I'm on the standpoint on this point. I'll always stand by this point. Romero, I don't care what he does for Argentina. I care what he does for Tottenham. I'm not Argentinian. I don't care about Argentina in European international tournaments. I don't care about stuff like that. How does he do for Tottenham? Yeah, he's a good defender. He's nothing more than a good defender. That's all he is. Good defender. Mr. Postman said replacing Odegaard isn't as easy as saying needs a replacement to slot in. He's unique. He can always play quality jobs. Yeah, no, that wasn't my point. It's not about finding a like-for-like replacement. What it is about going, he's up here. Let's get in a player that's not down here, but he's up here. Who could be that player? That Nweri kid, I think, could be that guy.
That's what we thought he was going to be. That's what we should have done. We should have
I watched this kid play, but for me, he needs to play more. If I'm personally, if I'm honest,
100%.
if I'm honest, I think he needs to play more. I think he not playing because Odegaard's unavailable or it's a cup game against the lower league side. I think that kid should have played against West Ham. I'm using that. I use that in my example on the fact that if Odegaard's played 2 games in the week, played on the Saturday, then played on the Wednesday, I think he should be given the opportunity to start a game like a West Ham. Again, I'm not saying yesterday was the example, but you know what I'm trying to the point I'm making. I don't know if he's being held back or it's just cautiousness. I don't know what the answer is on that.
He's only 17 as well, so I think
I think yeah, but age for me doesn't matter. I don't listen to age. I don't care for age. I think with age gets used so much as a scapegoat when a player's bad. We don't talk about Erling Haaland's age, if you know what I mean. For me, we don't talk about Lamine Yamal's age. We don't talk about Luke Littler's age in a different sport. But my point is if you're good enough, you're good enough, right? If this kid is good enough, play him. Get him run out. Give him 90 minutes against a West Ham. Because what you'll do is that gap may be like that, but it will slowly come up. And then you go, do you know what? We don't need to go and buy another 10. We've got this kid that's come to our academy at the age of 18 now, let's just say in a year's time, and he will play every other game when Odegaard's injured, we're not going to adjust our formation. This kid slots straight in. I think he's a great player. I'm just saying, I think he's a very, very good player.
He should have done when he was injured.
I disagree with you. If Mo gets injured, they have got to. Who have they got to replace him? We're talking about Mo Salah. Oh, one of the worst examples, Anthony. Liverpool, for me, have got one of the most fluid attacks depth. Yeah, look, Salah's up here. You're not going to go and bring a like for like in Salah. Salah is world class.
Yeah.
But they've got Diaz, Jota, Nunes, Elliott plays in that sort of role as well. Gakpo. Liverpool is one of the worst examples. Jota, exactly. What Liverpool are really good at, and I've always said this about Liverpool's attack, what Liverpool have done is they've created to get a pool of attackers that all are very different. They don't have like for like. So, yeah, you'll have to replace Salah with maybe a Jota. Totally different styles of footballer. Or Diaz or Gakpo. I think Liverpool, for me, have one of the most versatile attacks in the league. Oh, Chiesa's another one they brought in already.
Oh, yeah, that's one of them.
Chiesa's another one. So they have depth going forward. If they lose Salah, yeah, look, replacing his output is going to be hard. But let's not pretend they've not got quality on the bench. They can go, do you know what? We're going to change this up a bit. Salah's now out.
Lost it. There as well.
Who?
He even play Conor Bradley then.
Conor Bradley, he's more of a defender, isn't he? But yeah,
I know, but he's
he can.
attacking wise.
Yeah, but he's a good attacker. Yeah, I get that definitely. Big up Ben, as Mr. Flowers said in my group chat. If Ad plays high line against Dharma Try Man is a full. Yeah, look.
Oh, he's going to.
The only beauty with it is a Dharma Try or he can't kick a football. So I mean, you're lucky. I mean, he couldn't. He's awful. I say this now, by the way, and he'll go.
Watch him score a hat-trick today.
Huh? He'll probably go.
Watch him score a hat-trick.
Yeah, watch. Yeah, watch. Now I've said all that. I do think I'll be honest, I think he's a crap football player. Don't care what I really do not care what anyone says on that.
He's an NFL player.
Mr. Post, I only watched LB. So wait. Oh yeah, no. LB. Yeah, sorry. You were chatting in the chat. Sorry. Oh, by the way, go subscribe to LB if you don't. I think LB is one of the most underrated YouTubers out there. LB brings out amazing content. And he's on what, 20k? He should be 100k easy. The content LB puts out, I think he's, as I said, genuinely think he's one of the most underrated YouTubers out there.
I saw a clip of him yesterday when we were winning. It's funny.
Big up, Simeon. The system has messed about with our defence, leaving us far too open. Yeah, look, it's just who we are, isn't it? Let's be fair. It is just who we are. Let me see. Have we had any news? Do you think we've had any new subscribers, Angus? What are we saying?
Should do.
We haven't had any today. It's an absolute disgrace. Spurs fans, man, hang your head in shame, man. Big up, Tom Thack. Hope you're doing well, mate. You guys all having.
I need to leave for a second. I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah, mate. No trouble. Honestly, Liverpool Liverpool was one of the worst examples to give. Liverpool, for me, have such a stacked attack that they are very, very good. Does anyone else want to come on, by the way, or is it just going to be me and Angus? Let me see. Is there anyone that's live later on that we could redirect to? Who's live later? We can go. We can go for another hour. I think we'll go for another hour, shall we? No, he don't know, does he? Really? He's got such awful out. He's just pacey, right? Perch, let's be honest, mate. Ange won last December. 4-0 was a smokescreen. If we lose or draw today, we'll be back under the cosh. Yeah, look, for me, one result doesn't change anything. I'm just gonna wait. I do apologize. 1 second. I'm just gonna grab some water. My throat is dying here. Luckily, I realised I had some in my room. But you know when you talk for like an hour, I just feel my throat like completely disintegrating on me. Yeah, look, for me, one result doesn't change anything for me. For me, it's all about what happens next up, right? Go and beat Fulham. Go and beat Bournemouth in the week, and you show okay consistency, right? But look, I don't think much changes. I think the manager will still be under the cosh by a lot of. Some people will live on that Man City result now for the rest of the season. For me, one game don't change anything. Spurs Rev say get Keeley back from loan and he can keep goals and score goals. Oh, mate, I saw it. What a goal, by the way. Let's just put it into context. Josh Keeley, their goalkeeper, our goalkeeper, has scored more goals than Jamie Donnelly has at Leyton Orient. Let's put it into perspective. Donnelly, we made into this big thing. Not for me. I think Jamie Donnelly is going to be one that we have to offload, personally. Keeley will be our Kelleher next to. I don't think so. But look, I would. For me, Spurs forever. If that's the case, he should be on the bench next season. He should be the number 2. Let's see. I'm not convinced. I think there's a reason why he's playing in Leyton Orient. No disrespect to him. But let's see. I could be. Prove me wrong. I always say prove me wrong. The results under Ange have been poor for the last 13 months. We've lost more than we have won. I agree. Yeah, we're not great. We're inconsistent, right? We're just inconsistent. Big up Jamie. When do we count the players for these instead of Ange? Look, I think it goes both ways. I think that's a good point. But let's be fair. Ange signed the majority of these. Ange has made these his players. So I think it really. I think for me that all really becomes relevant, right? We can talk about players, but who signed them? Ange has built this squad. What we can't do, Jamie, and I'll switch it up for just 1 second. We can't sit there and say that we're amazing and going to win a league with this team, and then when we struggle to beat teams like Ipswich, go, well, we can't blame just the manager. It's got to be the players. Which is it? Like for me, it's always like a big healthy pie, and the mixture and the percentages are all in there. I don't think it's on one thing. I don't think it's just Ange. I don't think it's just the players. I don't think it's just Daniel Levy and the board. I think it's a collective, and it always will be. However, what I will say about the manager, the manager talks a lot. He needs to shut up. Politely, he needs to stop talking sometimes, because whether or not, and he is slowly becoming the reason of the divide. We've got a massive divide in our fan base. You've got some people that live off the back of what he says, and you've got some that go, well, he's not really meaning that. Well, then don't say it then. You're a football manager, man. You're a manager. Like, I don't want someone doing that. Like, you're an advocate for this football club. When he says things like, I'm more worried about winning, hang on. You're managing my football club. You should be going, whatever we do is we win stuff. Like, I just think the manager needs to stop talking like he is. Like, do you know what he talks like? He talks like one of these player people on X, where they've got a player profile, and he talks like that. Oh, but aren't we I'd rather you all be entertained. No, win football matches. That's an entertainment for me. Winning games against winning teams in a dogged fashion, that is good as well. But for me, I think I just get a bit frustrated when I hear comments like that. Don't say that Donnelly stuff, or Sean Sayer to Sean Sayer, or he'll batter you at he batters me on bingo every game anyway, so it don't matter. Consistency is the key word. Let's go on beating the next 10 games and see what happens. This, Mark, mate, I can't argue with that. That is spot on. Spot on. Go and win 6 or 7 of the next 10. Don't lose any, maybe lose the odd game, and then come back and we can have that conversation. If Spence was really trusted, he would start today. I don't think he does. I don't think he trusts him, for me. I don't think he trusts him. If he does trust Spence, he would have gone to Europe, wouldn't he? Mate, he is a wind-up merchant. But I don't want a wind-up merchant as my manager, right? This has, big up to you. Paz, if you want to come on, my friend, the link is it. I'll pop you the link if you want to come on, man. Come on, man. We'll have a little chat. Always welcome on. Plenty of fans have slated the likes of Romero this season. Unfortunately, too many fans defending everything Ange says and does because of attacking football. Do we play attacking football, or do we play very possession-based football? I'll ask you that one, guys. Oh, welcome back, Angus, man. I can hear your mic ruffling. Think we win today because I'm more scared of a bounce on Thursday away from home. They'll press the hell out of us. Yeah, look, I think Bournemouth are going to be a good team in the week. I think we just need to Yeah. No, Jamie, I know I'm not anging around, but there is a lot of noise when the players have let themselves down. Goes both ways though. Like, I think the thing is Jamie, I think it goes. Look, the question I'll ask you guys in the channel, Angus, I'll ask you as well whilst you're on the channel with me.
Mm-hmm.
Does another manager get the best out of the squad that Spurs have? That's the question I'll ask everyone in the chat. Because if that's the case, then you have to blame the manager. For me, does Ange play a system that benefits? Does Ange play a system that benefits the players that we have? Has no trouble, man. Anytime, man. Let me know. You can come on. What do you think, Angus? Oh, your mic is gone, man. It's like you're sitting on your mic. Speak. Hello.
Is that better?
Now there's like, wait, speak.
Hello.
Yeah, better. That's better now. I can hear you now.
Yeah. You should sit to back three.
Wait, you've now somehow managed to go again. You were fine, then when it went. It's like you're sitting on your it's like on your headset. Do you want to come back out and come back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, try that. It might be that. It might be that. Yeah, we'll get Angus's opinion when he comes back. Maybe our players are too overrated. Yeah, look, of course. I think as a fan base, we overrate our players. You're on the wrong you're on the wrong channel in the sense of that. I don't think we've got many good players. No, wrong comment. Many great players. I think we got some okay players. I think we got some players on the day that you go, they look good. I don't think, but it wasn't me that was sitting there suggesting that this squad could win a league. I'm not saying you were, but a lot of fans were saying that we would win a league this season, right? Like for me, that's the big one for me. The football is position based, mainly going sideways and backwards. Don't understand how that's entertaining. Look, in some games, simply Ace, it can be. Doesn't mean all of them. Let's see, it's working out. Go.
How's that?
Better. That's the one.
Accurate. Yeah, you moved it to back three now.
So the question was is if Spurs sacked Ange tomorrow, could another manager with these crop of players that Spurs have got do a better job? Because for me, that's where I sit. When everyone says, about blaming the manager, that's fine. But now I look at, can another manager, and I'm not talking about getting Guardiola or getting Klopp. I'm not talking about the top managers, the Ancelottis. I'm talking about right now, like I just think it's silly, right? I think, can another manager come in it and do better?
Do you know who your next manager is going to be anyway?
Huh?
Do you know who your next manager is?
Who do I think will be our next manager?
Yeah, I know who it will be. Southgate.
Who?
Southgate.
I don't think so. I don't think it'll be South. I don't think it'll be South. I actually think West Ham would get Southgate. And do you know what? I actually think he'd do a good job there. Sounds crazy. I think West Ham will sack Lopetegui and bring in Gareth Southgate. And I actually, in a weird way, think he'd do a good job there. Not long term, but he would steady the ship there. I'm not sitting here advocating for Southgate. I don't think for what we need is nowhere near. Thomas Frank's good shout by Simply Ace. I just want to touch this. Firstly, he said, we've created the most chances and scored the most goals. Yeah, that's great. Yet we don't manage games properly. For me, that's on the manager. If we're not managing games out, that falls on the manager. Players are at fault for making mistakes, granted. But yeah, and then when you say Perchy, I don't believe our fans would think that we'd win the league. Trust me, the amount of people that called me negative in group chat, I wasn't on YouTube because I was away for a bit, in group chats calling me negative. I'm not going to name names, mates of mine. We have a good, respectful debate, saying I'm negative that we're not in a title, we'll be in a title race this season. Some were saying that apart from Man City, we've got the best squad. Yet, that's just a sample size, right? Fans were saying it last season. Last season, fans were saying Spurs will win the league after that 10-game run. So it's not true. There are a lot. And by the way, if people think that, this isn't a problem. You're allowed to believe in whatever you want to believe. For me, I can't see it. I can't see it with this manager where he consistently has a way to get us to win the league. So well and good doing it at Celtic, having a team that is the Man City of Scotland. That's easy. I actually did a breakdown of this, Angus, man. I broke down Celtic because everyone uses Celtic as the team. Well, look what we did at Celtic. Do you know the market share Celtic have in Scotland? In the sense of transfer fee. So overall, they spend around they spend about 120, 130 million.
Yeah.
In a season, in a transfer window in Scotland. Do you know how much of that is spent by Celtic? Take a stab, guess. Percentage. Out of the percentage of it, how much do you think is spent by Celtic? 40, 50, 60. 60%. Your mic's gone again, by the way. It's like you've gone so quiet. 60% of Scotland's, and that was just under when Ange was there. I haven't done it recently. It's 60. It's 60%.
Can you see?
That's much better, much better. So it's 60% of it.
Yeah, that's without the mic.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. That is so much better. You're much better. So the percentage is 60%. Celtic. I think Rangers, I believe, is. It's not exactly 60, but I think it's about 65 or whatever. But I think 25% is Rangers, and the rest is everyone else.
Aberdeen, Hibs, come on, yeah.
So so Celtic have 60%, Rangers have around about 20%, and then the rest is everyone else, which is about 20%, give or take. I've circled it and made it more specific, right? So whenever Celtic is used as a position to go, well, look what he done at Celtic. That's great. But you can do that. You can play this in Celtic. No disrespect to Scottish football, but it's crap compared to
true. Yeah, true.
Scottish. If you drop, it's like being Man City, right? I'll use it as an example. Man City. If you went, do you know what? I want to go and buy the best striker in the world in Erling Haaland. Boom, Erling, you're playing for us now. If you want to go and get the best number 10 in De Bruyne, you're coming in. You're playing for us. Click of a finger. Vardial, Diaz. Man City have one of the best stacked teams in the league. Yeah, it's not working this season, granted. And look, but let's be truly honest with it, right? Let's be honest with it. If even with their poor run recently, would anyone put their house on Man City not winning the league this season? Put their mortgage on the line? I wouldn't, because we all know what Man City do. Man City will go and win 10 on the row, 15 in a row, and we go, shit, right?
We did that last season. We were 2 points off it. We were one game away from winning the league.
Huh?
We were one game away from winning the league.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the difference.
It's so hard.
It is, because Man City have set the bar up there. Where you used to be able to win the league with 90 points, 90 points at times doesn't even get you second place. So the standard is now you have to get 100 points now.
You have to be literally perfect every single game.
You do. You know, when teams lose games of football, when teams lose games of football, normally you go, oh, it doesn't matter. You lose a couple of games in the first 15 games, and you go, oh, okay, it's fine. The season's a long season. Those are the difference makers on winning the league now. You didn't used to be like that. You could win the league with, like when Leicester won the league, they won the league with 80 points, whatever it was. I'm going to do it I'll confirm that. I don't like saying stuff with that. That's just off the cuff. What year did they win it? Hang on. Let's have a look. When they won the Premier League, 2015. God, it's nearly a decade ago, by the way. They won the league. Where's the league table that year? Yeah, they won the league with 81 points. That was it. I knew it was around 80. They won the league with 81 points that season. They lost 3 games. Bear in mind, Arsenal came second because they picked us on the last day.
We beat them twice. We beat them home and away.
Arsenal, Leicester lost 3 games that season. They lost to Arsenal twice. I can't remember who the other one was. I might be able to find it for you, actually. Liverpool away. Liverpool away was the other game they lost in the league, right? Arsenal came second. How many losses did Arsenal have that season? Guess if you can remember.
10?
No, it wasn't as many as 10. It was 7. Spurs lost 6. Man City, who had one of their worst seasons, finished 4th. Lost 10 games that season. 10.
Was that Pep's first season?
Maybe. I can't remember.
No, wait, that was Pellegrini, wasn't it? That was Pellegrini's last season.
Yeah. So my point on that one is it's all relevant, isn't it? Like that just shows the difference, right? Leicester won the league. By the way, unbelievable that they won the league. By the way, still mental that
biggest fluke ever. Biggest fluke ever.
But you could say a fluke, but do you know why though? Everyone else was shit.
Yeah.
I don't think. Do you know what? Do you know when we use the C word? I love the C word. I'll get a T-shirt called the C word. Consistency. Nobody was consistent that season, and Leicester had a margin of consistency because they found a way not to lose games of football, and it won them the league. They won the league by just look. I'm looking through their results because it's nice to look back. They lost to Arsenal on the 14th of February. They didn't lose a game after that.
Valentine's Day.
1-0 Norwich, 2-2 West Brom, 1-0 Watford, 1-0 Newcastle, 1-0 Palace, 1-0 Southampton, 2-0 Sunderland, 2-2 West Ham, 4-0 Swansea, Man United 1-1, 3-1 Everton, 1-1 Chelsea on the final day. They ended the season. They basically were winning games 1-0. But like it's incredible. When we also talk about goal scoring, right? Do you know how many goals they scored that season?
70 odd.
Hang on, I have it up here. I've just lost it. Where did it go? I just had it literally just then. They scored 68 goals.
Jeez.
68. So
half of them must have been Jamie Vardy.
But they conceded 36.
Jeez.
Like Arsenal scored 65, conceded 36. Spurs scored 69, conceded. Notice the difference, by the way. Back then, defending was important. Nowadays, look at games like yesterday. Yeah, we used to have the odd one, but it feels like more and more common now where games are like 5-4, 5-0, right?
By the way, did you see Emerson's free kick yesterday?
Do you know what? I didn't because I was watching. I had the qualifying for the F1 on and the Espanyol game, and I was trying to rotate between all 3 of them. I had them on my thing. I can star the channels, so I was literally flicking up and down to him, and I literally just missed that one. But I heard it was a very, very good goal. Yeah, unbelievable.
No keeper in the world saves that.
Oh man, I'll have to go back and look at it.
Watch our second goal.
The second goal. I saw the second goal. Good goal.
Who was it? That's what we've missed. That little dink from Odegaard. Yeah. That little dink pass.
Let's just skip through some chat. Yeah, if we had Celtic's transfer budget, we'd have $1 billion to spend every year. That's it, though, isn't it? Celtic make all the money, so they win it 9 times out of 10, right? For every 10 seasons, Celtic win it 9 times. It's just because they've got the most money, because they're the ones that are constantly then in Europe getting them European money, so they can go and spend 60% more than other teams in that league and the rest.
The fan base as well puts in so much money every week.
Yeah.
They sell out every single week 60,000.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Isn't it? Perchy, you're too respectful. I'll say that. I think footballing standards in Scotland is garbage. I mean, no disrespect. It's not great, but I think I think the problem with Scottish football is they've kind of lost their way in what they want to be. They need to find a way that they've kind of got to accept they're never going to be like English, the Premier League, but they've got to have a niche market. You look at other leagues in the world and you go, do you know what? They get watched because of that. They need to find a way to make it competitive, sack off the whole cutting the league in half thing, make it a proper league, but make it kind of find a way that you can pull, whether or not it's going to be detrimental to it, either pull clubs towards Celtic's level or pull Celtic and Rangers back to everyone else's level. That way you're going to then go, go.
There's been talk for years of like Celtic and Rangers joining the Premier League. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen or not.
I think if that was going to happen, it would have happened already.
It should have.
Well, Celtic and Rangers wanted it, didn't they? We're talking about Celtic and Rangers. Celtic and Rangers were doing all they could to go and join the English Premier League, because if they'd done that, they would have been like Swansea, Cardiff, who are Welsh, obviously, but play in the English Premier League division.
Not just that, though. They would have bought better players.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though. Like the likes of Cardiff then would be able to go and spend more money. Like the sort of Swansea were able to spend more money. My mother is calling me. I'll have to call her back in about. I'll call her back. My phone. Can you hear that? I don't know.
No, I can't.
I wasn't sure, because I can hear it vibrating on the table. Yeah, so like Celtic and Rangers, for example, if they played, that's why they were so advocating to go into the Premier League, because the money's there. The money is, well, not just the Premier League, the English division. If they got into Celtic, that makes no sense. If they got into the English pyramid, let's be fair, even if, for example, they had to start at League 2 or non-league and go, do you know what, you've got to work, you've got to earn your place wherever. They would have taken that at a click of a finger. They go, oh yeah, you've got to start at the national level and find your position. Cool. We'll take 4 years of building up. We'll take 4 years of playing in League 2, battering teams in League 2, battering teams in League 1, battering teams maybe in the Championship, and then find their level where they're going to be. I think if Celtic and Rangers, people will understand, if Celtic and Rangers played in the Premier League, they would be on the levels of the Man Cities, and they would be both, maybe not be consistently, and it would take time, but I tell you what, the investment that those two clubs would get,
100%, and they would sell it every single week.
Of course, Celtic and Rangers. People think, oh well, right now, if you drop Celtic into them, they'd be struggling for relegation. Same with Rangers, they'd struggle in right now. Right now, if you drop their teams into the Premier League, they'd finish bottom half because they've got the squad. However, the more they get
they have the players though that can do it.
Who?
Celtic.
Who?
They've got good players. Have you seen like Kun, Kyogo, Maeda?
Oh yeah, they've got some good players. Let's be fair. Palace have some good players. Brentford have good players.
Celtic players have better players than Palace though.
Do they?
Yeah. Kun destroyed Leipzig.
Huh?
Nicholas Kun, very good player. Have you not seen him?
No, but carry on.
Kyogo's
a good player. Good player. He's an all-right player.
Daiser Maeda.
Maeda, yeah, another tidy player. All right.
Have you seen James Forrest play?
James Forrest is a good player, but let's be fair. What I will always say with him, and he falls very much in the Ryan Kent one, which he was at Rangers.
Yeah.
There's a reason why no English team picked up James Forrest.
Not just that though. So if you play for Celtic, you and you supported your whole life, that's the only club you want to play for.
Nah. Don't buy it. You're telling me if Liverpool put in an offer for James Forrest tomorrow, he wouldn't leave for Liverpool? Of course he fucking would.
He's
Let's be fair
32.
with it.
At the moment, he's 32.
I don't care what age he is. If let's be fair, if Brentford came in for him, he would leave. If Brentford came in for him, he would leave. If Fulham came in for James Forrest tomorrow, he would leave. I'm not being funny. If any Premier League club came for James Forrest, he's jumping ship and he's going. Of course he is. Like Celtic and Rangers Celtic and Rangers at the moment, right this second, haven't got the pull that any mid-table Premier League team has. Yeah, they're a good team. The thing is, and if he doesn't go to the Premier League, hypothetically, we use James Forrest as an example. It could be any player. It doesn't matter which player it is. Use this example. If, for example, they didn't go to the Premier League, then you've got to question ambition. Because the Premier League, whether I think of the Premier League, I don't think it's the best league in the world, but should be moving. It's why a lot of Scots have gone to Italy as well, by the way.
That's the only reason.
A lot of them have gone to Italy.
That's the only reason. Dinero. That's the only reason.
Dinero, money, whatever you want to call it,
that's
right?
It.
Wonga. Like, that's what it is, money, yeah. But it's irrelevant. There's more opportunities in the Premier League. But it's a better standard of football. Whatever we think about it. Whatever. You could go and play in Celtic and win. Let's be fair. At the time, Scott Sinclair was an all-right winger in the Premier League. Went to Celtic, he was the best winger in the league.
Yeah.
And when he came back, where did Scott Sinclair go after? When he came back,
Bristol City, I think it was, or like Bristol Rovers.
Scott Sinclair right now is playing at Bristol Rovers.
Yeah, he's captain.
Yeah. But when he came back from Celtic, he went to Preston. That was it. He joined Bristol Rovers a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, he started off at Bristol Rovers. He started there as a kid.
No, he started at Bristol Rovers. Yeah. Then went to Chelsea, did he? Yeah. Sorry, when he left Celtic, he went to Preston. But
that's how he knew Brendan Rodgers. That's how he knew Brendan Rodgers. Because they were there at the same time.
Yeah. But I think that's the last decent players before Tini was but let's be fair, when Henrik Larsson was playing at Celtic, he wasn't playing there at his absolute peak, was he?
Larsson was at his peak at Celtic. Larsson was at his peak.
I just want to get it right.
242 goals.
Yeah. Sorry. Henrik Larsson's one of those I always get wrong. He went to Barcelona after Celtic. Sorry. Yeah. So you could argue, that was their next, but he didn't join them as a top player. Is my point. He didn't go. He didn't join them. He didn't join Celtic as wow. They just signed Henrik Larsson. No, they signed a player from Feyenoord because that was where he was at. That was
750,000.
He was doing well at Feyenoord, signed him, and then he went to Barcelona. Right? So that's fair enough in a sense. And he was, by the way, Henrik Larsson was an amazing football player. Really good football player.
Have you ever seen the goal against Rangers 6-2 game at Parkhead near Chip Stefan Claus?
I remember it. Yeah, I can't. I'll be honest. I didn't used to watch a lot of like sort of Scottish football, so I can't really have that debate and conversation. I would like to. I thought Henrik Larsson was a top player when he went to Barcelona. I mean, the only thing I would say with Henrik Larsson is he never really, I would say, fulfilled the potential that he probably could have, because he stayed a lot of the time in Sweden. He went back to Sweden, he then went on loan to Man United for a little patch. So he was
played for the clubs that he played for were the clubs he wanted to play for his whole life.
Yes, he played Heisenberg. Hoggett, he played for Heisenberg, Feyenoord, Celtic, Barcelona, back to Heisenberg, and Man United on loan. Then he went to Hassenberg. Oh man, it sounds like Heisenberg is what I'm thinking of. If anyone watches Breaking Bad, and played for a couple of other clubs after that. But yeah, look, it is what it is. I think what Celtic and Rangers, if they were, this is the reason why they wanted to move to the English setup. I can't believe we're talking about Rangers. It's about a Tottenham game later, but we'll finish this up. We'll finish this segment, the Scottish segment of it all, and we'll discuss. We'll go back to today's game. But do you know what? I love football conversation. It's what this channel is all about. I love just having a football chat, right? Yeah, look, this may not be about Tottenham right now, but we can have a debate and a discussion, right? Yeah, but I would always say, and my argument would always be, but he didn't, right? That's the thing. He could have done, but he didn't.
He scored 242 goals for Celtic.
No, mine's saying 174.
In total, 242.
Mine says 174 goals, but I'll happily take it. He scored in his career 325 goals in 575 appearances. No, that's all well and good, but anyway, let's park it for a second because we want to move to. I want to talk about Tottenham again. Fun games. Let's discuss. Let's talk. We're going to wrap it up in about, what's it now? 15, 20 minutes. Let's go 15, 20 more minutes, then we'll wrap it up. And make sure, guys, if you haven't liked and subscribed, I haven't really asked much, but come on. Have we got a new subscriber today? We haven't had one new subscriber today. Come on, man. You guys are slacking. Right. Guys, predictions. I want everyone in the chat, put your predictions in down below. I want to have that conversation. What do we think the result will be? I will tell you mine. I'll let you guys go first, so it feels like I'm not copying anyone. I think Spurs are winning today, and I think Spurs will win 3-1. Yeah, I think we'll win 3-1 today. I think Solanke will get a goal. Maybe a couple. But simply as it's gone, Fulham are going to win 2-1.
That's what I'm thinking.
Really? You think Fulham winning? I can't see it. I think a draw I can see. But actually, no, do you know what? I can see us losing it. I know what we like. Jun's gone 2-2. Dude, again, wouldn't shock me. That wouldn't shock me.
Who do you think would score for Fulham today?
Jimenez or Pereira.
I think Smith Rowe.
Iwobi.
I think Smith Rowe.
If Smith Rowe plays, yeah. If Smith Rowe.
I think he'll play because I know he will be up for the game. Him and Reece Nelson.
Yeah. I think so. I think they're good players, right? They're good players. Smith Rowe's a good player. Maybe a Pereira if he plays. Look, even the likes of maybe a Calvin Bassey or from a corner. We can't defend set pieces, so we can't defend set pieces. So it wouldn't shock me something like a Calvin Bassey from a corner. Maybe even Issa Diop from a corner. But look, let's be fair. Spurs have got enough. We'll have enough out there to win a game of football. Let's not pretend that we haven't got something out there to win something. I think Spurs can go and win today. I always say the first 15 minutes of Tottenham is always going to be the most important one. Where will we be after the first 15, 20 minutes? Because after that, if we look up for it, I think we can beat anyone on our day. Tottenham are a good side in that sense. Tottenham on their day can beat anyone. But we also on our day could lose to anyone. It doesn't matter if you're playing in League 2 in the FA Cup or if you are top of the Premier League. We can lose. I've seen us lose to the likes of Colchester. I've seen us lose to the likes of Grimsby.
Who was that manager that was in prison? And something. There was a team you lost in the Conference League. I can't remember what it's called.
Who? Sorry.
I think there was a team when you was in the Conference League.
Oh, Mura. I remember us losing to Mura.
That was it.
Oh, no, that was mental, man.
I was laughing my head off that day. That was brilliant. I loved it.
Oh, hang on just a second. There's always gonna. We were getting so close to not having a dickhead in the chat, but we've actually got one. Screw you, Kesara, you're out of here. There's always one dickhead in the chat that has to ruin everything, but it's all good. We can move swiftly on. Yeah, we can't defend. That's the key problem for us, man. Smith Rowe Pereira in last 30 minutes could take the lead. Yeah, look, I think. Do you know Andreas Pereira is one that I thought he had no business being in the Premier League when he was at Man United, but he went to Fulham, and I went, do you know what? Credit where credit's due. He looks a tiny little player now. The Fulham front line is good. We can't defend set pieces. That if we lose the game, it will be because of that. I'm telling you. If Spurs don't beat Fulham today, it's because we've conceded from a set piece. Am I wrong?
Or your high line.
If or the high line with Adama Traore and Iwobi or Reece Nelson playing on the counter. I think if we play
Harry Wilson as well.
Harry Wilson, very good player. Very, very tiny little player.
Tricky
little player, man. I agree.
I think he'll cause Udoga a lot of problems.
Yeah. No, I agree with you as well. Hang on 1 second.
Because I don't think defensively he's good. Going forward, yeah, he's good, but defensively I don't think he's that good.
Hang on. Right, ignore me. It's beautiful with YouTube now. I can see what absolute morons talk about me and other. You can see that your name gets mentioned. YouTube's great backstage. You can just see what better than say, man. Yeah, we Perju with staff success. We overhype everything, but I agree. I think. But do you know what? What I will say, Bella, this isn't a Tottenham thing. This is a football thing now. And mainly a Premier League football thing. Every club does it. I'll use your club, Angus. Everyone talks about how great Arsenal are. They haven't won anything yet. Have that conversation when they start winning. They're playing well. They're good. But everyone talks about, they're amazing. Well, hang on. If Arteta doesn't win this season, lead this season, how long does it go?
I think he leaves end of the season.
I don't think so. I don't think he leaves.
I think because his best mate has just left, he's leaving.
Who's his best mate?
Edu. 2 peas in a pod.
I don't think he goes. Where does he go? Let's be fair. Where can Arteta go if he left tomorrow?
Spain?
Let's say who takes him right now? Who's available? Which job is potentially available next season?
There was top Madrid one of them, but he's not going to go Madrid because he's Barcelona.
Madrid. He's not going to go to Madrid.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's take a step down from Madrid and Barcelona because they're not getting rid of Flick anytime soon.
Yeah.
Atleti. Why would they replace Simeone with him? Next step down. Athletic Bilbao. They're not changing their manager.
True. They've got a good manager. Yeah.
Sevilla.
Sociedad.
Sevilla. Why would Arteta go to Sevilla? They're at the moment. Yeah, historically European royalty, but right now they're in an absolute mess right now. So I think he would want to go there. Where is available? Sociedad. Well, let's be fair. Real Sociedad are never going to go and win La Liga. It's not a step at the moment. I think, and I'll kind of big up Arsenal, but knock him down. Arteta for a second. He doesn't go to a bigger club than Arsenal right now. So why would he leave? Same with, I used Ange in the same conversation. Ange, if he walked away from Tottenham today, doesn't get a better job than Tottenham Hotspur. So that's why I will say Arteta. Yeah, look, would he go to Newcastle? Yeah, but Newcastle aren't Arsenal. So let's be fair with it, right? Does Arteta go on the same or better than Arsenal if he left tomorrow? Not a chance. No. I don't think there'll be. The only job that he could possibly get would be someone like a Bayern Munich if they got rid of the likes of Vincent Kompany, but they like what he's doing.
Did see, I don't know if it's true or not, but actually Man City want to replace Pep.
With who? Who?
Arteta.
Oh, BA.
I know. That's what I said as well.
That ain't happening. Let's be fair. Man City don't get an Arteta. What Man City do is that Man City go and get the finished article. Like, they will go and get the finished article, the next big manager.
They're probably going to get that. But I think, I don't know. It's difficult to tell at the moment.
No, I agree, right? I agree. I just think we've lost our way with football managers now. Like, we have lost our way with football managers. I think we're losing a lot of big names and stuff like that. So look, it happens, right? It happens with football managers. Do I think Ange, for example, will be here in 2 years' time? No. I think maybe he'll be here for 1 more year. Yeah, so that's what exactly. If Man City got rid of Guardiola, who is the best manager at the moment in the world, they're not going to. They'll replace him with Carlo Ancelotti. Go, boom, there you go, Carlo. Go and pick these boys up and go and win us a league. Done. That's the thing. Pep for me is the whether or not they're on a bad run. Pep's the only one that I feel should never be under his job. Shouldn't be under threat if they've lost 5 or 6 games. Because let's be honest, Man City only going to have to find someone. They can't find anyone better. They've got the best manager out there at the moment.
Has there ever been anyone better than Pep?
Yeah. Well, in history, yeah.
Sir Alex, that's the only one.
Fergie. You could argue the likes of a Mourinho. You could argue what Mourinho has done holds more weight. In the sense of having the likes of Porto winning the Champions League, right? Carlo Ancelotti could be in that conversation, maybe. For me, if I was going to say anyone, I think Pep is in that group of managers with Fergie, Mourinho, Pep, Carlo. Yeah, no, I agree. This guy, Carlo Ancelotti, wins European trophies for fun, right? I think they fall into it. Brian Clough falls into those ones, right? Brian Clough falls into that bracket. What he did back in the day with Forest, and let's be fair, we talk about all his success at Forest. What about his success with Derby? What he did with Derby was insane. Paisley, Shankly, Clough, Ferguson, Mourinho, mate, exactly. They all fall. Paisley, what he did for English football.
Have you ever heard of Jock Stein?
Yeah, Jock Stein. Yeah.
Lisbon Lion.
I don't put them in. I don't put him in those brackets though. Of the sort of.
No,
I think he's on a few below, maybe 1 or 2 below, but he's a good man. Yeah.
Jock Stein's that's the only team with 11 people from the same country ever to win a European Cup.
Mate, but that's it for me though. Like, I think what we do now, and I'm not saying you've done that, but I'm saying people in general, it's all like the here and now isms. Well, right now, Pep is the best manager right now. Pep falls into that bracket of elite managers where you could argue a case for any one of them. And when you do that, for me, that's when you know that they're top, right? You could argue a case for Mourinho being the best manager of all time, doing things with Porto in Europe and stuff. What Fergie did to dominate English football under Man United, what people don't even remember, what he did with Aberdeen. People forget that part.
Yeah, I know that part.
He took a team that won the Scottish League that has never won it since.
And this is the first time since then they're in the title race.
Yeah, mate, exactly. Absolutely, exactly. As I said, Guardiola, what he's done at every team he's managed at. If it's not Barcelona coming through La Masia's, building up their academy to then take over their team and be dominant all around Europe. Going to Bayern Munich and winning it all with Bayern Munich. Going into Man City and creating an absolute legacy at Man City that will stand the test of time, right? Let's be fair. We talk about it because we're in it now. in 10, 20 years' time, we'll be talking about how great this Man City team has been over a foreseeable period of time. We'll be talking about them like we talk about Fergie did at Man United. We talk about Brian Clough, what he did for English football under Nottingham Forest. He took Nottingham Forest to winning 2 back-to-back Champions Leagues or European Cups, as it was called then.
Yeah.
When you talk about that now, that's mental when we talk about that now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, 100, it is. It's mental. And I think that, for me, is the benchmark. When we say who's the best, what a lot of people will do is they'll fall for their era normally, and then they'll say that my era was watching Fergie at Man United when I was growing up, watching Guardiola now. So it's very easy to pick those. I wasn't around when Cloughy was doing it, so it's we were very much. We'll be very much independent, depending on our position, on where we were born and stuff. Is normally how it all materializes. God, this has really not been about Tottenham at all today, but it's been. This has just been a real chilled football chat.
Yeah. Is it not? Really, is it not good though that you're not talking about Tottenham? You're not stressing. You're talking about something else.
Do you know what? One thing I don't do anymore is stress about Tottenham. If we win, if we lose, if we draw, George Graham did win us a trophy. To be fair, George Graham did win us a trophy.
All hail George Graham.
Oh man, George.
Did you used to play football back in the day? Did you used to play football back in the day?
Did I play football? Not really. I wasn't very good. For me, I was never in a physical position, place to play out. I can have a kick about. As I said, for me, a lot of mine is up here. I just can't do it with my feet. I know a lot about football, but I just can't fucking play. I'm crap. Yeah.
I used to I played for Celtic when I was younger. So that's why I know the history of the club.
You played for Celtic. You played for Celtic. At what level did you play for Celtic?
Academy.
Oh, no.
I was in the Celtic Academy. Yeah. My dad's best friend was a coach at the time, and I used to go down most weekends and train with Celtic Academy.
Yeah, oh mate, that's cool, man. Fair play, credit, man, credit. But and as Jun said, great point. Is it Yun? Is it Jun? Let me know if is it a Yun? Is it a Y for the J? But back to the game. Predictions, Perchy. Yes, predictions. We're going to wrap up in 10 minutes. 5-10 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up, by the way, and then I'm going to redirect you over to FHTV for the watch along. I'm not going to get involved in a watch along. Forget that. It's not my thing. I like watching the football myself. I can't watch it in front and then have to do 2 things at once. I'm still processing.
What do you like watching football? Are you like stressful? Like, do you shut the TV?
I'll answer in 2 different ways, actually. We will get on to predictions, Jun. Don't worry. I'm sorry. We're just having a little chinwag. What am I like talking about football? What am I like when watching it? I used to be a shouter, used to be a screamer. Now I'm just I'll have it on and whatever happens.
Do you scream in Spanish or English?
Do I scream in Spanish or do I scream in English? No, it's English. My Spanish is crap. My Spanish is awful. I'm really bad. I need to start learning more, man. But
you need to learn Catalonian. That's one of the worst ones to learn.
Oh, it's so hard because it's like basically speaking French. It's definitely different. But yeah, no. Nowadays, though, football with me, look, I've been through it all now. I don't really go too excited. I don't go really crazy. Yeah, it's all relevant, isn't it? Right? It's all relevant.
When I'm with my friends, I do like speaking Spanish. To like when I'm watching football, that's the only thing I do.
Yeah. Wicked. Just sort the redirect out quickly. Yeah, look, guys, let's do predictions. We're gonna go for what 10 or so more minutes. I think I've been saying that for the last 20 minutes. But I get all stressed watching a Highline roller coaster. Look, I've kind of accepted it now. I'm at the acceptance stage. I know what's going to happen. I predicted what's going to happen. I can't get annoyed by it, right? So the predictions, guys. Everyone in the chat now, like Bella's done, obviously put the team there in it. Who you think's what the result's going to be, and we'll
big up Bella. Big up Bella.
Big up Bella, man. Well, I don't think we're losing. So I'm gonna be positive.
I think
we're gonna win. I'm gonna say we're gonna win 3-1 today. I think we'll get an early goal and we'll cruise it. We'll go 2-0 up. We might then concede and then score another. I think it will play out similar to that.
I think 2-1 Fulham.
2-1 Fulham. You've gone. Lord Roddy Trott's won 2-2. Yun saying 2-2, hoping for a 3-1 win. No confidence for a clean. Yeah. Oh, mate, I never predict Tottenham to get a clean sheet ever. It's not worth it.
When was the last time you clapped a clean sheet?
Last weekend when we played Man City.
Oh yeah.
But
Jeez.
before that, no, we have. In fairness, we have got a few clean sheets this season. To be fair, big up by the way to the new subscriber. Welcome. Credit
Big
to
up.
you.
How many likes you on?
Likes. Let's see what we're saying. 40 likes. Come on, let's get 41 likes. Can we get to 50 likes before the end of the show? That would be amazing, man. My throat is killing me. I apologize. Yeah, guys, get your I feel like I've just, you know, like sometimes you feel like you swallowed something and it's just like,
yeah.
When you're sitting there talking for 2 hours straight, man, it's hard. It is. It just Angus, we've had like 4 clean sheets at home, I think, in 24. Should we have a look? Let's do the clip. It's mad. Our clean sheets this season have been in general. Right. Here we go. Clean sheets this season. Okay. This season. Man City away. AZ Alkmaar at home. Man United away. Everton at home. That's 4. And we'll go to the year. So this season we've had 4 clean sheets. Now let's go into the back end of last season and do 2024. So we're at 4. Right? Sheffield United 5. Aston Villa 6. Burnley in the FA Cup 7. There you go.
Is that it? 7 clean sheets.
7 clean sheets in 2024 in all competitions.
Jesus Christ.
7.
How many clean sheets do we have?
We can use Arsenal. We can use Arsenal as your benchmark. Go on. In 24. Let's have a look. Arsenal. Where's Arsenal? There they are. Right. 7. Right. Forest at home. Preston away. Shakhtar Donetsk at home. PSG at home. Atalanta away. Villa away. Wolves at home. Leon's a friendly. Ignore me. That's 7 this season. Last season, Man United away. Bournemouth at home. Chelsea at home. That's 10. Wolves away 11. Brighton away 12. Luton at home 8. No, 13.
13.
Sorry. Man City away 14. Porto at home 15. Sheffield United away 16. Burnley away 17. Crystal Palace at home 18. There.
Jeez. So we've got nearly.
But let's be fair. The one thing what Arsenal have been good at is defending. We have to give credit where credit's due. At the moment, Arsenal can grind out a defensive performance, right? If they need to. So I don't think Spurs are capable of going, do you know what? We're going to see this out. We're going to see this game out. And that's the killer for me, right? That's the killer for me. Guys in the chat, guys, get your predictions in. 2-2. Last, we're going for 2 more. We're going to go for, what's it? A couple more minutes. And then I'm going to redirect. So let me know. Mate, Angus, thanks for coming on, by the way. Thank you.
No problem, mate. Thanks for having me.
No, mate, all the more the merrier, man. It's been a laugh. Do you know what? One thing I do enjoy is just chatting football. Doesn't matter if it's like Tottenham, Arsenal, whoever. I can sit and spend an afternoon just talking football with anyone. Like,
I can as well.
Where do you live, by the way? Is it Alicante way?
I'm close to Alicante. I'm like half an hour away from Alicante. You heard of La Marina?
Sort of, yeah. I kind of know roughly where it is.
Yeah, that's where I'm living.
No, nice, man. You should come up to the Barcelona, man. Come to Barcelona, you man.
I haven't been in Barcelona since
Mate, got to come up.
2006, 7, I think it was the last time I was there.
No, fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Mate, look, big up, man. Big up to you. Big up to the chat, guys. We're gonna wrap it up now. Thank you all for coming along. And before you leave, if you could just hit that like button. 8 likes away from 50 would be amazing.
Smash the like, people, and subscribe to the channel.
And if you can subscribe, it'd be lovely. We're 4 away from 2,460. That would be lovely. And go and spam the chat now. Perchy in or something like that. Perchy in rain. Perchy's the goat rain. Oh, everyone just spam the chat, man. Look, guys, thank you so much. Absolute pleasure as always. Much love. We will be out, and I will see you guys after. Video will come out. Match reaction immediately after the game, guys. That will be out. Please check it out, and I'll keep up to date with you guys with a bit more football. And later on tonight, by the way, FM night stream is going to happen. So later on tonight, we'll be doing the FM stream. We'll be back tonight. So guys, on that note, see you later. Take care. Come on, you Spurs. Let's turn this around.
Come on, you Gunners.
Shut it. Get out of here. Peace out, guys. Peace out. Ciao. Bye-bye.
Peace.